Hello everyone, today we have new video review and we are going to check fresh release from ICM. It is molded in 1/24 scale, it copies model T1911 Touring with American Motorists, so it means we get a car kit together with figures, which might be a good base for a diorama project. And it is molded in traditional 1/24 scale, which is usual for car kits. So first of all, here you can see a comparison with my hand. This is standard box size for ICM. This is also a commercial sample, so it means you'll get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. We have quite nice box art here, then we have some information about this kit. And now I'm trying to read how many parts are there. So 116 plus 25, it's written here. And it is typical Model T kit from ICM. Here we have the same marking option as on the box art, green one. And now we are going to open it. So let's open it. The box structure is traditional for ICM. We have this thin color printed top lid, and then we have sturdy white cardboard box, which should actually protect everything inside. And here is what we have inside. Assembly manual, surprisingly, is printed in black and white. I'm not sure why. Then we have a rubber band connecting two sets, because these kits are actually produced as a separate kits as well. So that's why it is just a matter of combining two separate kits together and you get a combo kit. So now just give me a second to remove this rubber band. And we are going to start with figure parts, which are packed into the resealable plastic bag. I'm going to open it. Okay. And here's what we have. So two figures. As you remember, there is a gentleman and a lady, and parts division is more or less resembling what we get in 24 scale figure kits. So it means torso is divided into two halves, and we have separate hands, legs, head, and also some accessories which are molded separately for even better detailing. As you can see, everything looks cool, and it's just a matter of careful painting and you will get even more impressive result. Note that body halves, they do not have any guiding elements, only maybe this circular cutouts in the neck area. They will help with proper alignment, but that's pretty much all in the helpful elements, let's say. Next we go on with another plastic bag with sprues. So this one is completely dedicated to the car kit, so just give me a second to remove it out of the plastic bag. Here it is. And we are going to start again with the top plastic sprue, which is molded out of gray plastic. Here we have car body parts. Let's zoom out a bit. So it includes seats here, for example, also roof parts. Again, some seat parts can be found here. These are side panels, and note that doors are pre-molded, so you won't be able to open them on your car. It is a bit strange feature in 1/24 scale, but I mean nowadays many manufacturers actually release 1/24 scale kits with closed doors. Here inside you can notice that we have small pin marks which shouldn't be visible on the finished car, but if you are, let's say, striving for the excellence, you will have to fill them in order to remove them completely from the part. Next we continue with wheel rims. So these are plastic parts which come on the separate plastic sprue. They're molded as a one-piece element, so I guess it's just a matter of careful separation and painting them into the necessary shade. As for the tires, we have the vinyl tires here. There are 4 of them, so just give me a second. And yes, they should be white colored, so it's not a mistake and you don't have to paint anything. They are white on the real car as well. So here you can see the tire, and it has, I mean, it is more or less fine. It is just a classic vinyl part. Obviously, if you have a chance to get some aftermarket made out of plastic, it's better to do it, because in such big scale this replacement will be noticeable. Next we go on with clear plastic sprue, which is also packed into the separate plastic bag in order to avoid possible scratches. So just give me a second to open it. And here we have all necessary glasses and also lenses for the headlamps, glasses for the cab. And the only thing you have to keep in mind is that masks are not included here, so you'll have to do everything with your own hands. Next, another grey plastic sprue is dedicated to external accessories, so it means, for example, the front grille, the windscreen frame, also some lights here, and some minor parts which will be placed on the bodywork. But still, molding quality is really cool. I would recommend to dry brush this logo in order to bring it out, because otherwise it won't be possible. And as far as I remember, there are no decals included for this, so you will have to do it. And here we have another last grey plastic sprue, so this one is dedicated to the biggest part, that's the base plate, let's say, for the vehicle. Also we have some transmission parts and engine parts, some suspension parts here, bonnet parts, exhaust which is molded as a one-piece element, and more of the engine parts. So you might consider opening the bonnet, because engine should be quite detailed here out of the box, and it would be a shame to hide it inside the vehicle. And here you could check all the parts from another side. Molding quality looks really good. I mean, all the attachment points are thin enough in order to carefully separate, but note that bonnet panels, they're molded in such way that they do not suggest opening it. So if you would like to open it, you'll have to think through how to cut them and replicate the more or less convincing cut on these parts. Next we go on with assembly manual. So as you remember, it is printed in black and white, which is again surprising for me. Usually ICM prints everything in color. Here we have short history note. And then we go on with parts map here. There is assembly manual on the separate sheet for American Motorists. As you can see, there is a parts map, and then on the opposite side we have color printed marking guide. Okay. Next, as I said, we do not have any decals, so as you can see, there is nothing in this assembly manual. Assembly process starts with engine, so you assemble the engine, drivetrain, and for example here you install the front grille on the suspension parts, and then you join it with a main plate. Then you continue by installing the engine on this plate as well. Then you install the drive shaft or shaft. Then here we have the exhaust tube, and these are parts for the engine. Then we continue with some thin parts for the suspension elements. These are various arms which will be used for the steering. Here we have some parts for the main frame. Then we assemble wheels and install them on the vehicle. Obviously you won't have to follow this, because I mean, who installs wheels before assembling whole vehicle? It would be strange. And frankly speaking, I'm not sure why manufacturers keep suggesting such approach, because I mean, obviously you won't be building it like this, so why not to leave the wheels on the last stages of the assembly? Everyone understands it, and why they keep producing the same sequence. Here we install the bonnet panels. As you remember, they are not designed to be opened, so if you would like to open, you will have to think it through, or maybe to do some scratch building. Then we continue with top part with passenger compartment here, and next we go on with steering wheel and cockpit here. We install the passenger and driver's seat. Also we install this windscreen. Next we continue with various control elements. It means a steering column and pedals, and also the radio, I guess, maybe. Next we have here a roof panel, so it will be assembled out of several parts. Be careful about it. And as I said, we had some push rod marks inside, so if you don't want it to be visible, or maybe you're a bit confused about it, I would recommend to fill it in and sand it with some fine sandpaper. Next we continue with headlamps. They're installed on the front, obviously. Then we continue with more lamps which are installed in front of the cab. Here we install the signal horn, and then here we install another 2 lights on the tail side, and that's pretty much all. Whole vehicle is done. So in total you have to perform 56 steps, which is quite impressive for 1/24 scale kit. And here we have marking guide printed in black and white. Well, I would recommend to search for some reference photos, because obviously you are not limited with the green colored vehicle which you saw on the box art. There were a lot of interesting marking options for this car, so it's just a matter of finding one and replicating it in scale, or maybe doing a completely yours marking option. I mean, choosing own color and painting it on the vehicle. It is your model, so you are free to do whatever you would like to. Nevertheless, kit is already available, you can get it in Modelimex website. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for watching and bye!